Hey everybody, how you all doing? Where are you? There I am. Hi. Okay, we're still talking about teeth. Today in your second is it Tuesdays? Tuesdays folder, if you have this little guy and get your glue stick that we sent home with you and maybe a pair of scissors. All right. So first we're going to go over what these different parts are in your teeth. It's kind of important because now that your baby teeth are falling out and you're getting permanent teeth, you really need to take care of those permanent teeth because once those permanent teeth are gone, they're gone. Unless you get fake teeth. So we really need to take care of our teeth. So we're going to look at this part one more time, this slide. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Slideshow, current slide. There we go. All right. And remember, right now, you guys have about 20 teeth. You have 20 teeth. Some of you have a little less because they've been dropping out of your head. But then by the time you get all your teeth, you should have 32 teeth, which is right here. Okay. And all your teeth, remember, have different things to do. They all have different jobs. First of all, you got your little incisors here. Remember, your incisors, they're thin. Sorry about that. They're thin, so you know that cuts, like Mrs. Gergen's been doing to me. Okay, so right here, they cut like a knife. And you can kind of tell what kind of teeth you have by what they look like. All right, so right here, they cut. Okay, then you have your canines right here, which have got the little points on them, remember, right here and here. And they're for tearing. Okay, because if you got a point, you can't really cut it, but you can put your 2 points together and then tear something off. Okay, so that's for tearing. And you also have your bicuspids, which are kind of next. And that means, let's see right here on this tooth, okay, depends on how many points you have, okay, how many points. So if you've got one little point on the tooth, it's called a bicuspid, that's one, okay, or two points, okay, and that's also for some tearing, okay, that's also for some tearing that you're doing. And then you have your molars, and your molars are flat, and they're flat so they can chew on things. So your teeth all have different functions of what they're doing. Okay, they all have different things that are happening. Okay, so now you've got your tooth. Okay, well, your tooth has all different kinds of parts to it. It's just not made of one material. It's made of a lot of different parts. And we talked last time about how the top is the crown, okay? Kind of like a crown that sits on your head. And on the outside of the crown is enamel. And that enamel is hard to protect the inside of the tooth, okay? So the thing is, if you don't brush your teeth, that sugar is going to sit on there, and little by little, it starts eating away at your tooth. And then once it eats away into your tooth, then it gets in here into the dentin. And the dentin is right underneath the enamel. And if you decay or you start getting, cavities, and it starts eating in there, it's protecting right here the nerves. Okay, so you've got the enamel. This is protecting the teeth and makes your teeth pretty. And it's also protecting right in here the dentin, which is kind of some soft tissue, which is protecting right here your nerves. And right here, they call this the pulp. And the pulp is the soft tissue in the middle of your tooth. And this is where all the nerves and blood vessels are. So if your tooth decays and that decay or that cavity reaches into there, it's really going to start to hurt. So right now, your baby teeth don't have any of this. All they have is a tooth. They might have a little of they probably have some dentin, but they really don't have any nerves in there. But your tooth, once that tooth comes up, it does have nerves in it. And the thing is, once that tooth comes out, it's done. It's gone. Okay, we also have right here the different parts. We have the gum, which you can see. And underneath it, it's kind of hard, isn't it? You want to know why? Because you've got bone in there. That's a bone right there. So your teeth are coming going into the jawline and right into the bone. Ow! Jeez. So what I want you to do is you have all your different parts here, right? I need for you to leave this to, whoops, you know what? Sorry, guys. I forget where I am. There I am. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to cut out these 3 parts. Okay. So do you have your scissors? Get out your scissors. I'm going to sit and I'm going to cut them out also with you. All right. So let's cut out, let's see. Let's cut out whichever one you want. Maybe start with a dentin. I don't know. It looks like we might need to start with a dentin. Of course, I'm starting off with the pulp. Remember, the pulp is where the nerves are. Nerves and little blood vessels are. So if you do go to the dentist, they take that tooth out, it will bleed because it has little nerves and blood vessels. Okay, I'm going to cut out my dentin here. Hey, did you guys make your, what kind of teeth you would like to have? Well, when you do, when you finish it, you got to send it to your teacher. I'm dying to see what you all decided. If you wanted to be a hippo or a snake. Okay, all right, I've got my pulp, I got my dentin. Let me take off my enamel. So let's see. See how we doing on time. We're good on time. Okay. Are you cutting with me or are you just watching me? Okay, here we go. Okay, first of all, this is what we need to do. You've got your enamel. Put them up here so it looks like you've got a mustache, please. Hello. Excellent. Okay, y'all doing it? I know you're all doing it. Okay, I know my boys would definitely be doing it. Okay, there we go. All right, now stop playing around. So let's get on. We have our tooth. I am saying let's put the dentin on first because the dentin is the one that kind of, it goes all the way around the pulp. So I'm going to get my glue. Oh, good. There is some in here. All right, so I'm going to put my dentin on here. Okay, so you've got your dentin because I'm going to get a little small here because your dentin is what surrounds the pulp, okay? So then I'm going to get my pulp. I'm going to put a little glue on this guy. Okay. See, your tooth just isn't one little hard shell. It's got parts to it. All right, so I got my pulp in there. There you go. And my enamel. Do a little enamel on here. All righty. And there we go. We've got our 3 parts. Okay. We have our 3 parts. We have our enamel, our dentin, and our pulp. Okay. So we have those 3 parts. Ready? Make sure you put your name on it. Okie doke. I'm back. And you know what? We got to read a story. I'm sorry. I love my stories. This is about Bear's loose tooth, and I love this bear. Okay. We've got him. I think we read a Thanksgiving story about him and how he sleeps all the time. And now he's got a loose tooth. So you've got to listen to it. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Bear's Loose Tooth by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. From a cave in the forest came a munch, munch, crunch, as Bear and his friends all nibbled on their lunch. Bear savored every bite. He gulped and he gobbled. Then there in his mouth something wiggled and it wobbled. As Bear nibbled food, something moved when he chewed. It was Bear's loose tooth. Bear pointed in his mouth and he said, "Oh dear, my tooth feels funny. It's the one right here." Bear frowned and he worried. Tears welled up in his eyes. "But how will I eat if my tooth says goodbye?" Hare said, "Open wide." Then he looked inside and saw Bear's loose tooth. Mouse squeaked, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, a new tooth will grow where the old used to be." "We'll help," said Wren. "I know what to do. It's out with the old and in with the new." Wren perched on Bear's lip, and he got a good grip on Bear's loose tooth. Wren pulled on the tooth with all of his might. "Is it out?" asked Bear, but it stayed stuck tight. "I'm a bit too small for the job," said Wren. So Owl grabbed the tooth, but the tooth stayed in. Badger said, "I'll try," and he gave a big pry on Bear's loose tooth. They all took a turn, but the tooth wouldn't budge. Then Bear used his tongue, and he gave a little nudge. His tooth wiggled to and fro. Then, what do you know? Bear's tooth fell out! Bear danced a big dance. Bear grinned a big grin. Bear held up his tooth, and he showed all his friends. Bear looked in the mirror, and he laughed at his smile. A new tooth would come, but it might take a while. That night in bed, right next to his head, lay Bear's loose tooth. While he slept and he snored, a fairy fluttered in, and she left blueberries where Bear's tooth had been. He woke in the morning and found the sweet treat. Bear's friends came for breakfast. They sat down to eat. Bear gulped and he gobbled, and he felt something wobble. Uh-oh, Bear's loose tooth. Wasn't that a... Then...
Oops, sorry. Oh my gosh. He's got a loose tooth. That is too funny. Too fun. All right, sweeties. Well, oh, you know what? Darn, I apologize. I didn't show you right here Bear's loose tooth. I don't know if you can see it real quick. It's got the number to take the test. Okay. So do take the test, especially Mrs. White's class. Take the test. I'll be looking. Okay. Or if you forget, well, of course, you can always look at this again, but it's just called Bear's loose tooth. All right, sweeties? Okay. Well, you guys have a good day. Sorry, I'll look up here. I keep forgetting I have to look up here. So have a good day. Next tomorrow, have this guy out for tomorrow. Okay? All right. Oh, you can't see me here. Sorry. Have this for tomorrow. All right? All right, guys. See you later.